Hello, everybody. Okay, let's get started. Hold on one second. Okay, so we are here today to talk about AI and automation in your business, some AI tools, as well as the Done by One CRM. So I want to hop right into it just for sake of time. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Yes, there's a lot going on there, like always. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, my name is Danielle Damianov. I am the CEO of Done by One. I'm also a real estate broker associate with eXp Realty, and I have a mortgage branch with Nexa Lending. But we are here today to talk about Done by One. I'm so excited to show you everything that Done by One has in it and how it's going to help you in your business. So, donebyone.ai, write that down. That's where you're going to be able to find a lot of information after this, as well as information about the audits and the different things that we offer. So, let's get started here. So, I want you to ask yourself, I want you to think about your business right now and ask yourself, is your business stuck in the past? Okay, because there's so many businesses out there. AI has come a long way over the past couple of years. And the businesses that do not adapt AI and automation are going to get left behind. And the gap between the businesses that are adopting AI and the ones that are not is getting a lot wider. And if you do not adopt AI and automation, you will get left behind. So we're going to talk about that today. So I want you to think about your business right now and if it needs to be modernized. Do you have automations in your business to keep you top of mind? Do you have an AI chatbot on your website that can answer questions and book appointments for you so that somebody doesn't need to call your office or call you? Does your website have SEO, AEO, and GEO? So before, we only looked at SEO, which was search engine optimization. Typically, that's Google, right? You ask a question to Google and it's going to give you, what are the top dentists in my area, for example. But AEO is answer engine optimization, and that is where you're going to be able to get referred to by ChatGPT. Okay, so a lot of people they're not going to abandon Google completely, but a lot of people are using ChatGPT now over Google. So you want to make sure that you're getting referred by ChatGPT. And then we also have GEO, which is generative engine optimization, and those are the AI responses. Once again, coming from things like ChatGPT, Siri, Alexa, and that type. So we need to make sure that you are now omnipresent everywhere. Okay. So think about your business and ask yourself, what are the things that you have to now implement in your business to bring it up to today's standard? And I actually yesterday just got a call from a past client. I did a loan for him in 2019. So 6 years ago, since 2019, I have changed companies twice. I have changed my phone number and he still found me. So he called me. First, he sent me an email to the new email address, called me on the new phone, and he said, we worked together in the past in 2019. I'm going to be selling my home. I want to work with you again. Now, if I was not staying top of mind with him through the Done by One CRM, he probably would not have been able to find me, right? So a lot of times if you do business with somebody 6 years ago, you might not even remember their name. So how are you staying top of mind with your past clients? How are you staying top of mind with your prospective clients so that when they want to buy or when they're ready to make a move or when they're ready to do some sort of transaction with your business, you are the first one that they think of. So I want you to really think about what you need to do in your business to make sure you're staying top of mind, number one, and make sure you're staying omnipresent, number two. So I want to tell you a little bit about how Done by One came about, but I want you to ask yourself, right? Think about your business, and if you were to go on vacation today for a week, would your business still run without you? If you were to go on vacation today for 2 weeks or 6 weeks, would your business still run without you? And that's what happened in 2020. We were in Italy and I was literally slaving away at my business every single day. If we went out, I had my laptop in a backpack, walking around the streets of Italy and Barcelona so I could hop into a cafe and answer questions if I needed to. Or, whatever I need, whatever my business needed from me, I was always there. And I thought to myself one day, well, my family's out having fun and I'm in my hotel room working, or I'm in a cafe working right now because I have to. And so I started to think about my business and I said, what has to change so that I can do everything that I need to do in my business that moves the needle and be done by one so that I can then go out and enjoy my time with my family. And that is how Done by One got started. It was the vacation that literally changed everything. And I created the CRM for my business. And when I saw how much success we had in our business and how it grown and it scaled without me being in the business every single day or all the time, I decided to create this for other businesses as well. So I'm a huge proponent of building a life by design, and we use what we call the 3A framework. So the first thing that we do is we do a business audit. We look at your business, we see exactly what's going on with your business right now. Where do you need to modernize your business? Where are you using tools that are outdated, stuck in the past? Where are you losing leads? Are you losing leads? Are you following up with your leads properly? Is your team following up properly? So we do a full comprehensive business audit to identify where you need to implement automation and AI into your business so that you have a well-oiled machine that runs without you being in it in the day to day. So this works for every profession. I know a lot of times some people will think, well, this isn't going to work in my business. People want to hear from me. Well, they still hear from you because we automate everything on your behalf. So going back to my client from 2019, we picked up the phone yesterday like we were old friends. He probably knows everything that I'm doing because I'm staying in front of him through my email campaigns, my SMS, my text message campaigns, our direct mail, and our social media. So he is seeing me, right? Even though we haven't spoke since 2019. So that is what any profession needs. So whether you're a coach, a consultant, a restaurant owner, a plumber, a contractor, a chiropractor, a realtor, a loan officer, a med spa, it doesn't matter. All businesses need the same thing. They need sales, they need marketing, they need follow-up, they need, lead generation. And that's what we really go over with our 5 pillars in the Done by One system, in the Done by One CRM. The next thing I want you to ask yourself is, if you were to sell your business next year, let's just say you wanted to sell your business next year, is your business ready to sell? And more importantly, are you going to get the most amount of money for your business? And I bring this up because I just watched my parents sell their business, and they're baby boomers stuck in that hustle culture, working 60, 70 hours a week. Yes, at 71 years old, they're still doing that. And when my dad was going to sell the business, I thought to myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, like his database is a mess, right? He's got a database, but they're not regularly following up with that database. They have their database in QuickBooks and his cell phone or on sticky notes. It's not everybody in one system tagged by past client, current client, prospective client, right? So if his database was intact, if he was regularly following up with his database systematically, number one, he would have generated a lot more income for his business, and it would have been a much easier sale, and a much more, in my opinion, profitable sale for him and an easier transition for the new owner. So if you want to sell your business in the next 1 to 5 to 10 years, you might not even thinking about that right now, but let's just say that you were going to do that, right? You want to make sure that you have a well-oiled machine in a system that's duplicatable, that's predictable, and that's scalable. And most businesses do not. So that's where we come in to really help you. I'm in a mastermind called Apex, and I am a huge proponent of self growth and personal development and stuff like that. And we were at a mastermind retreat in Dallas, and I remember one of the guys saying, who owns multiple companies, he said, every single business that I go into it as if I was going to sell it. Because a lot of times we don't think we're going to sell the business, or maybe our plans are to hand it down to the kids, right? But if you go into every single business with the idea of the fact that you're going to be selling it one day, I can guarantee you, you would set up your systems and your business completely different than if you were just, not even thinking about that. So start to think about, is your business ready? Like, is it saleable and is it scalable? Because a lot of people, what they do is they get into business, they're entrepreneurs, they're all excited, they're going to have time and freedom and money and everything else. And what they end up doing is just create another job for themselves. They become the employee of their business, and it leads to chaos, it leads to frustration, it leads to inconsistent income. And then it leads to being on that sales roller coaster where you have a lot of deals coming in and then it's crickets, and then a lot of deals and then it's crickets. And you're always wondering when the next shoe is going to drop and maybe you're going to be out of business, right? And then you get business again. So with the system, it's going to build predictable business, and it's all done through automation and AI. So almost every single business, as I mentioned before, has the same exact problem, right? Either not enough new leads, not enough clients, you have missed calls, you have inefficient follow-up, you have no consistent past client or current client nurture campaigns, you have a weak online presence or maybe an inconsistent online presence. I have a chiropractor that I go to, and Google his number every time. I don't know why. It's not just in my cell phone, but he has like multiple, he's online and it is not consistent. It has the wrong phone number. He's got the wrong addresses. So I never know which one it is. Who am I calling, right? So you want to make sure that not only are you omnipresent, but your online brand is consistent. You have no systems to create raving fans and no system for your Google or Facebook review requests. And I can tell you right now that your online presence and your Google reviews and your review reputation online is going to be so important to get you referred by ChatGPT. So if you don't have a system to where you're reaching out to your past clients or closed deals repeatedly to ask for those reviews and then comment on them, that will be a hindrance going forward. So with the Done by One system, we have all of that automated for you. Okay, so what happens is that you really don't have a sales or leads problem. What you have is a system problem. And a system problem is going to create chaos, inconsistency, lost clients. Clients are going to go to somebody else. And the Done by One system will make you automated, consistent, omnipresent, and scalable. Okay. So when I talked about the 5 pillars, these are when I was in Italy trying to figure out how to fix my life and my business so that I grew up in the hustle culture. I'm used to the hustle culture. I've been doing the hustle culture for so long, but there's only so much hustle you can do, especially in today's environment. Because here's the thing, there's a saying that the person or the business that wins is not the business that is the best. It's the business that is the best known. So I want you to hear what I'm saying again. The business that wins is not the business necessarily that is the best. So if you're a chiropractor, right, you might not be the best. But if you're the best known, you're going to have your business make a lot more money than the best of the best. So do you have to be more known online, more visible online? So the 5 pillars, number one, it starts with your mindset. Okay. I was in a funk back in COVID. I forget at this time what year that was, 2020, 2021. I don't remember. And Hal Elrod wrote a book called The Miracle Morning. And I read it and implemented it, and that is the one thing that got me out of my funk. I used to be a self-proclaimed snoozeaholic where I would literally snooze for an hour. My husband probably hated me. And then it got to the point where not only was I snoozing, I was just changing the alarm clock time. And, it was bad. And I was in a funk. I wasn't working out, all that stuff. So when I started implementing that morning mindset, not only did my business take off, but it got me out of that funk. So I realized every single day has to start with mindset. And that's the first pillar of Done by One. The second is your lead generation and follow up. So if you're a business owner, you might not be doing lead generation and lead follow up. You might have a team that's doing the lead generation and lead follow up for you. So I don't want you to think that this has to be you, right? But lead generation and follow up has to come next, because if you do not do your lead generation first or your lead follow up first, the day gets in the way. And then you just don't do it. The third is your sales, marketing, and branding. And this is huge. This wasn't that big before, right? But being online, being omnipresent. Omnipresent means everywhere. Can people find you everywhere? Can they find you on LinkedIn? Can they find you on TikTok? Can they find you on, Facebook or YouTube or Instagram? Where are you showing up online? When they Google you, Google yourself. And I'm going to show you at the end how you can do a free mini business audit so you can see how you're showing up online. But Google your business, Google yourself, see what is coming up, and is your brand consistent? The next pillar is working on the business. And in the business, right? We have to do both. We have to work on our business, and we also have to work in our business. And then the fifth pillar, which is my favorite, is lifestyle. And that's really where you can go out and enjoy your life, because you know that you have systems in place that are running your business for you. Okay. So the top 5 AI tools that I use for those 5 pillars, number 1 is ChatGPT. ChatGPT, a lot of people use it just like a search engine, but we create custom GPTs for you in your business. So I'll give you an example. My husband's has a construction company. There's a GPT that was created for estimating and to make it so much easier and quicker for him. Okay. We can create that in your business. In the mortgage business, we've created a refinance GPT. So these custom GPTs are custom for your business that you and your team can use. So we don't use ChatGPT like a search engine, right? Or just for social media content. We're creating custom GPTs to help you in your business. The second is HeyGen and 11 Labs. So HeyGen is video. And if you're not one to want to be on video, it's okay, because the coolest thing with HeyGen is that you can create an AI video in minutes with a picture. Yes, a picture. So my kids, I know, probably wanted to hate me, but I was playing around with it and I used them. They've never done a video. I used their picture and created these AI videos with them. So it was awesome. So HeyGen is another one. And then 11 Labs is really good if you're using something like HeyGen, for example, and you're creating those videos and you want to use the actual voice of the person. So that's 11 Labs, as well as for your AI employees that we're going to get to in a second. The third is Gamma. So if you're doing any sort of presentations, proposals, estimates, PowerPoint presentations, newsletters, blogs, whatever, you can use Gamma and it will create an ebooks. Let's just say you wanted to create an ebook about your business. You're a plumber and you wanted to create, the 10 pitfalls every homeowner has, when dealing with plumbing. I have no idea. I'm just making it up. But you can use ChatGPT for the content, throw it into Gamma. Gamma will create an ebook for you in literally minutes. And now you have something that is a lead magnet or a lead generation tool that you can give to your clients, put on your website, send out through social media DMs and things like that. And then the last 2 pillars, which is business and lifestyle, is the Done by One CRM. Use it every day, and that's going to automate your lead generation, your lead follow-up. If you need DocuSign, if you need proposals done, estimates, contracts, AI employees. I mean, it is a complete suite of every single business tool you would ever need for every single aspect of the business. So, we're going to talk about right now the Done by One CRM and the scaling system and everything that you need to have in your business to grow and scale. So, your AI employee, I want you to think about your business right now and ask yourself, are you manually or is your team manually following up with leads or people that call in? For example, if you're a dentist office and you're having somebody call in to schedule an appointment, are you relying on somebody to answer that phone? And if it's, Fridays or after hours or evenings or whatever, who is handling those phone calls? Because my daughter in May graduated from high school, and busy people or entrepreneurs, business owners, employees, whatever, a lot of times the only time we have time to do things is nights or weekends. And if your business is not open nights or weekends, who is handling those inquiries for you? And so I used the example of my daughter's graduation. The only time I had time to call around for a caterer for her graduation party was on a Sunday. Well, of course, nobody's open on a Sunday, right? So I left messages for 11 different places. One place called me back the following day on Monday. One place out of 11, one place called me back Wednesday night. Okay. Who got the business? The person that called me back on Monday, because I am busy. I don't have time to keep calling these places, right? And I also need somebody that's going to be able to work with me. So if somebody is not calling me back, well, then that's a problem. And the AI employee in your business works 24/7. It's not a chatbot. We do have a chatbot, right? We definitely have chatbots. But we also have a voice AI employee that if you're a dentist and you're closed on a Friday and somebody calls with an emergency, that AI employee will pick up the phone and take the call, answer the questions because we train it on your business. And if it is an emergency and you're the dentist and you want to have a text message or the call transferred over to you so that you could handle that, then we can set it up so that that AI employee handles that call and hands it off to whoever, right? Because in the age of instant gratification, if you are not following up with your leads, they're going to go somewhere else. So you need to make sure that not only are you omnipresent, but when somebody is willing and ready to do a transaction with you, you have somebody that's answering the calls, handling the questions, can respond, and can also book appointments. So going back to that dentist, example, if you wanted to have your AI employee book those appointments, you can walk in the following week to booked appointments because your AI employee that's on your website or answers the phones when you do not can book those appointments for you. So, do you have an AI employee in your business that works 24/7, answering calls, booking appointments, following up on your DMs? Because the only way that you can really grow your business and buy back your time and stop drowning in tasks is by having an AI employee that's going to handle 80% of that work for you. And a lot of people think, oh, I have to hire another receptionist or I have to get a receptionist after hours. You don't. We have that for you. We have the AI employee that will be your employee that never calls in, never, talks back, never takes a break, is there 24/7 and is extremely less cheaper than an actual employee. So if I can get you to believe that, right, you will never run your business the same way again. Once you see the power of what that AI employee can do for you and can do for your business. So the Done by One system is really the system to grow, scale, and modernize your business. What it is it's a complete CRM and database management website with SEO and GEO to help you get referred by ChatGPT. Because think about when Google just started, right? All of those people that are on the top page of Google, and those people are winning. Most people are not going to page 4, right? If they Google dentist in my area or attorney in my area or chiropractor in my area, they're going to see, okay, who's coming up, the first couple, they got all the reviews, bam, I'm going with them. They're not going to be like, let me skip to page 4 and go with whoever's on page 4. So now that we have ChatGPT, you need to get referred by ChatGPT. This is the next step, and that is what we help you with. So your text message and email marketing campaigns, my past client would have never been able to find me. I mean, maybe he would if he Googled me, but he probably would have forgot my name. My name is, people can't pronounce my last name. It's not like, Joan Smith or whatever. So, if I was not staying in front of him, staying top of mind through my email and text message marketing campaigns, he wouldn't have known my new phone number. He would not have known my new email, right? And he followed up with me after 6 years because for the past 6 years, my system was following up with him. And so now he's ready to do a transaction because we all know in real estate and mortgage, it's not every, 1 or 2 years. If you're a dentist, people are probably coming in once every 6 months. If you're a chiropractor, they might be coming in once a week. So how are you staying top of mind with your clients so that they don't go somewhere else? You have to make it so easy for them to book an appointment. You have to make it so easy so that they don't want to go anywhere else. Someone's picking up the phone, someone's answering their questions, someone's booking the appointments, and that's your AI employee, okay? We have direct mail marketing campaigns within the CRM where you only pay for the postage. So my son, right now, as we speak, is at the dentist. We were looking for a new dentist. I had to go with what was easy, and I had just gotten a postcard in the mail. They had their new patient special, x-rays, whatever it is, for $80. And I was like, yo, it's right here. Here's the postcard. I was like, okay, this is who we're going with because I don't have time to look around. They're in my area and they just sent me a postcard. That is the only postcard I have received in probably weeks, and the only one I've received from a dentist. So if you can incorporate that direct mail marketing campaign into your system and automate it, right? Have it automated so it's a set it and forget it type of thing, and you're doing your email marketing, and you're doing your text message marketing, and you're doing your reconnecting campaigns. And maybe you even have an AI or employee or an actual employee doing your lead gen, right? But the email marketing, the SMS marketing, the direct mail marketing, that's automated. You don't even have to worry about it. Automating your social media. So we connect all of your accounts, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Threads, like wherever you are online, all of that gets connected. We have done for you templates that we will, or you can also do your own. What I do is a mix. I do like to personalize my social media. So I use all of the templates in the system, right, to keep me consistent. And then I do go in and add my own. Now, the cool thing about the social media marketing is that we can not only schedule it out, we can schedule it for the entire year if we wanted to. But let's just say you're running a promotion. You're running, a promotion, or you're in whatever. We can schedule recurring posts so that these posts go out, once every, twice a week or once a week or whatever. So we can schedule out those posts for you. The lead generation funnels, so we have the websites and the funnels, but we have done for you marketing and marketing campaigns with your email marketing, with your text message marketing, and your social media marketing. The Google My Business reviews, that is another thing that's automated. So you can click on closed deal and bam, a review request will get sent out. And if you want your AI employee to follow up on those review requests, so when somebody leaves a review, the AI employee can respond, right? So that way you're not having to go in and respond or have a team member go in and respond to all of your Google reviews. It will automatically do that for you. If you need payments, invoices, proposals, estimates, connect your, Stripe or whatever your payment processing is, all of that is done in the system. So it's a complete system. And we give you the AI employee, the voice AI, the conversation AI, the reviews AI, and your website chatter voice AI, which I am going to show you in just a few minutes. how the website chat or voice AI works. Okay. So that is the complete modernized system on how you really need to grow and scale in this day and age. So it's not tech. And some people at this point get overwhelmed. Oh my God, I got to learn how to do this. No, you don't need to learn how to do anything, right? Because we implement it all for you. And what you're not looking at is tech. You're not looking at technology. What you are looking at is freedom. You're looking at more business. You're looking at more income. You're looking at more scalability. You're looking at more consistency. Okay, so it's not about the technology. It's about just implementing the technology into your business, which is going to give you freedom. So your AI employee that we talked about will answer the phones 24/7. I was talking to a guy who owns a restaurant. We live in down by, he's in Naples, Florida. And he said, my business gets so crazy during season. We have all of the snowbirds that come down during the winter. And he said, so I have to hire another employee just to take the restaurant orders. Guess what? The AI employee takes the restaurant orders for you. So you don't need to like hire another staff member who might call in sick, and it's going to cost a lot more than an AI employee that can take the order for you, right? So they answer the phone 24/7. They can answer any direct messages on Instagram and Facebook. My AI employee answers all of my text messages. If you use WhatsApp, it will answer your WhatsApp messages. It will book appointments on your calendar, handle sales calls, answer questions, will assist clients in the buying journey to get them to make a move. It will respond to your online reviews so that you don't have to. It can give all of the information about the business, and this can be found either when someone answers the phone, goes to your website, sends your business a text message, sends your business a direct message through social media. The AI employee will handle all of that. It can also give estimates or in quotes, and also writing emails. So this is not tech, right? This is not what we're talking about. We're not talking about technology. It's technology that is going to give you freedom. So you're not buying technology. You're not buying AI. What you're buying back is your time. You're buying back your freedom, and you're getting support so that you don't get left behind, because the businesses that do not implement automation and AI, like I said in the beginning, the gap is widening. There's a lot of businesses out there that are not doing it. So if you are in your industry, one of the ones that is implementing it, I can tell you, you are going to go so much farther than the ones that are not. And the ones that are not are going to become obsolete in the future, because people want answers and they want them now. People want to book appointments and they want to book it now, right? It is my hairdresser, another example. I had to get my hair done. I called, left a message. They called me back like the next day, not a big deal, but I was super busy that day. So now we're in a phone tag situation. Do you know how annoying phone tag situations are? And if phone tag goes on for too long, someone's going to say, forget it. I'm just going to call somebody else that's going to answer the phone, right? So I want you to think about your business and how you can be losing business if you are not giving people what they want when they want it or when they need it. So you're not buying AI, right? You're buying more time, you're buying more revenue, you're buying fewer headaches, you're buying a business that runs when you sleep or go on vacation. You're buying freedom to take vacations, freedom to breathe, and a business to scale or sell. And the cool thing is that you can not only run it or your team run it from your computer, but you can run it from your cell phone as well. So if you are a contractor and you're at somebody's house and you want to send them a proposal right away or an estimate right away, you can send it directly from your cell phone. If you want to send a thank you for meeting with me for coffee follow-up, right? Because you're in a business where you meet people, all you got to do is when you get to your car, tag them or put them in, another opportunity that's super simple to do from your phone, and bam, an email automation goes out thanking them. So when we do this business audit with you, we're figuring out where you need to implement automation and AI, and then we're setting the whole thing up for you. So the secret number one, as I said, you do not need more staff. your AI employee is going to handle the role of 3 to 5 employees. So if you think about your business and you are thinking about who your next hire is and why, you need to think about your AI employee and what your AI employee can do, because that should be your next hire. It can act as a receptionist, an appointment setter, follow up with leads, admin, and customer support, and so much more. Secret number 2 is that you do not need to learn AI. You need to learn a system that implements AI, right? You don't need to learn it unless your business is about AI, right? Your main job is about AI. You don't need to learn it. All you need to have is a system that uses AI. It's kind of like when websites came out, right? You didn't need to learn how to do HTML, JavaScript, and code, right? You just needed to hire somebody to build you a website. Same thing here. You don't need to learn AI. You just need to know what you want AI to do, and then we do that for you. So secret number 3 is that the hustle culture is over, finally. With everything that we have, and I know that my parents grew up, they're in their early 70s, and they grew up in hustle culture. Why? Because they did not have all of these tools at their disposal, right? Well, now that we have all of these tools at our disposal, we don't have to be in hustle culture. We have to adopt something different, because the people that are in hustle culture will get left behind unless they are adopting all of these things. Because the business, this is where the future is going. And so you don't want to be left in the past. You don't need to work more. You need to automate the 80% that is burning you out, right? So automate any repetitive task. That could be calls, that could be emails, that could be your social media posting, that could be your responses to text messages, that could be customer service, it could be answering routine questions, lead capture, booking appointments, and it doesn't replace you. Half of the time people think they're talking to me. They're not. They're talking to my AI employee. However, I'm able to watch the conversation so I can hop in whenever I want to. I can turn off my AI employee. If my AI employee is having a conversation with somebody and I want to now jump into the conversation, I can turn off the AI employee and then jump into that conversation. But your AI employee and the Done by One system is going to allow you to do more of what you love. And a lot of times we get into a business, right? When we first jump into a business, we're everything, right? It's like we have to do everything in the business, the marketing, the accounting, the bookkeeping, the social media, the lead generation. Then there comes a point where you have people doing that for you so that you can be in your zone of genius. You can do what you love and delegate what you don't. So your AI employee in action, this is what happens when you never miss another lead again. And I'm going to show you in a second how the AI employee works. But on the right-hand side, or it might be your left, I don't know, but you can see where it says talk to us in green. That is an AI chatbot on a website. So I want you to write this down, donebyone.ai, right? And then after this webinar, I want you to go to the website. There's a button on the website bottom that says talk to us. And Samantha is going to show you an example of how she would work for your business. So now keep in mind, she's not perfect, right? Because she's not trained on every single thing. But when you open up Samantha, she's going to say, how can I help you? And I want you to say, I'm, a general contractor, and I want to see how you would answer questions for my business. And then she's going to role play with you based on your business. So I really, really, really want you to do this, because I want you to see how your AI employee will work in action. And if we have time at the end, I can actually show you how that works. So donebyone.ai at the bottom, please role play with Samantha. So many people are blown away with how she works. This is an example of some text messages and my AI answering the text messages, okay? So my AI handles all of my texts and all of my DMs. I hop in when I want to. I have come out of appointments before with loan applications completed because my AI employee told them to go to my website and fill out the loan application, or half of them are on the website and they're just asking for questions. And my AI employee is saying, click on the website, to do your loan application or whatever. This is a voice demo for a dental office. So we're going to try and play this here. This is an office, and the reason why I wanted to do it for the dentist is because I was looking for a dentist, as I mentioned before, and I called one and they were closed on a Friday. Right. So if I'm in instant gratification and I wanted to have an appointment booked because the only time I had to call was at that time, right? I'm busy on Monday. So their voicemail said that they are closed on Fridays, they open again on Monday. Do you think if I didn't have any loyalty to that dentist, do you think I would have waited until Monday to call that dentist? Or would I have just called the next dentist online or whatever, right? The majority is just going to call the next dentist online. This is when I have the time to make a dental appointment. If you don't answer, now it's different if you already have your established patient and you have rapport or whatever. But if you're a new lead, you're going to call the next one, right? So let me show you if I were to call the dentist on a Friday and they are closed, how my AI employee handles this. Let's see if it works. Okay.
Hey, you have reached Dental Alliance. How can I help you today? Hi, I actually needed to schedule an appointment. I believe I chipped my tooth and I might need a crown. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Chipped teeth can be uncomfortable, and it's definitely something we should take care of quickly. Let me check our schedule for an emergency visit. Would you prefer to come in today or tomorrow? Can you tell me what the price is if we do not have insurance? We do offer discounted pricing for patients without insurance, but the exact amount depends on the procedure. For a crown, I'd recommend coming in for an evaluation so we can provide a more accurate estimate. Would you like to schedule that? Sure. All right, let me check for you. We can see you today at 2 p.m. or tomorrow at 10 a.m. Which works better? I think today at 2. I'm in a lot of pain. Got it. Today at 2 p.m. it is. I'll get that booked for you right away. Can I grab your full name and a phone number to confirm the appointment? Sure, it's Stacy Smith. Thanks, Stacy. And what's the best phone number to reach you? 305-123.
Okay, so I'm not going to play the remainder. You guys can see other examples on the website. If you go to donebyone.ai, and then go to my AI employee, you're gonna see the dental one. You're gonna see a pizza restaurant. You're gonna see, I think, mortgage, and then also you're gonna have Samantha, where you can test your your current business with Samantha. So please, please, please do that. But that is how the voice AI works. If you're let's just say you're closed, or it's after hours, or it's on the weekends, or whatever. Okay. So the full CRM, a lot of people are using a ton of different tools. They might have, one thing that they're using for their website, another thing for email marketing, another thing for text messaging, another thing like Calendly for calendars, reputation management. They use a million different tools, right? And we have an all-inclusive CRM for a limited time for $4.97 a month. Every single thing I just went over is $4.97 a month for a limited time. I'm going to get more into the pricing in a second, or $49.70 for the year. So if you think about all of the tools that you need to run your business and you're duct taping them all together, right? And you have one system running every single thing for you that your entire team can work off of, everything is together. Everything is in one system. So you're not using a million different systems to do the job. So I'm not done. I have something at the end for you, but if you scan that, you will see what the pricing is. So I want you to ask yourself if you are ready to go from hustle culture to automated and free. So scan that QR code. I'm going to show it again, but scan it so that way you have that now. And the real reason I built Done by One is, as I mentioned in the beginning, I was super stressed. I was inconsistent. I was missing opportunities. Leads were falling through the cracks. If I'm in Italy, right, they hear the weird ringtone when they're trying to call my cell phone. This system, they're still calling my local number, right? and everything gets answered within the system. So automation and AI was built to buy back my time and create a business so where I am not, stuck in the chaos and the employee of my own business. I am now the CEO of my business, and it's a business that lets me live my life. So ask yourself, right? What has to change in your business? What are the things that need to change in your business so that you can go from being stressed, inconsistent, missed opportunities, and that roller coaster of money to automation and AI to buy back your time and create a business that lets you live a life by design? What has to change? Or maybe it's not anything that has to change. Maybe it's something that you need to implement. What do you need to implement in your business so that you can go from, and if you're just starting a business, that's even better because it's so much easier to start this from square one, but it's a very easy system to adopt. So the solution is going to be your AI employee and the done by one CRM. These two combined is what is going to keep you omnipresent. And as I said before, the best known will always be and win better than the best. So here's everything that you get with your 24/7 AI employee. And I do have something at the end, so stay till the end. But the entire done by one system, that is 12,000 normally per year, right? We are running a special today. So the done by one system with the AI employee is normally $12,000 a year. You get a comprehensive business audit to see where we're going to be implementing automation and AI, as well as your setup fee. That's $2,500. And it comes with the complete tech stack. So your missed call text back, your automated follow-ups, lead generation, website, email marketing, SMS marketing, social media, appointment scheduling, reputation management, unlimited automations and workflows, AI tools and training. And here's the cool thing. We have virtual assistants within the CRM. So we have a link that if you need a virtual assistant to help you for anything, that you want a virtual assistant to run your email marketing campaigns, you want a virtual assistant to do your reels, your Instagram reels, or your social media marketing, or your, content, or whatever, right? Whatever you need a virtual assistant to do, we have them, and you buy them in buckets of hours. Or if you wanted to bring somebody on part-time, you could bring somebody on part-time and we pay them for you. So if you do a bucket of hours, right, and you do 5 hours, that's $50. So you pay $50, you now have 5 hours of a virtual assistant. If you do 10 hours, it's $100. You have 100 hours, or you pay $100, you get 10 hours of that virtual assistant. So we have the virtual assistants there for you. So not only do we set it up for you, but once we figure out exactly what you need in your business, our VAs can help you with that as well. And you do have the opportunity to to hire them part-time or even full-time. We have virtual assistants that are ready to work for you 40 hours a week. And most of them are in the Philippines. They speak perfect English and they work on your time zone. So you don't need to worry about that. So everything that you're getting today is everything that I just showed you for $7,470. This is the annual plan. You will see when you when you click on that QR code that I'm going to show you again, if you want to do the monthly, you can do the monthly, but you're going to get a lot more benefit and save money if you do the annual. So the monthly is $497 a month plus the $2,500 setup fee. The annual is $7,470 a year. And when you do the annual, you're grandfathered into that price. So the price is a lot higher than $7,470, but next year you're going to be grandfathered in at the $4,970. The reason why I'm saying $4,970 is because that's actually the annual plan. It's just not including the $2,500 setup. The setup is a one-time fee. Okay. So once you pay the $7,470, which is your $2,500 plus setup plus the annual plan, you're now grandfathered in at the basically $5,000 a year. So you might be thinking like, well, I already have a website. What if I already have a website? If you already have a website, not a problem at all. Our AI chatbots, we can put on any website. You might already have a marketing agency handling on all of your online marketing. That's not a problem at all either. You can continue to use them, or during our automation audit, we can see if we have a better system that's going to cost less than what you're paying. Because a lot of times I see a lot of people paying a lot of money for a marketing agency, and the ROI, the return on investment, is just not there. You might be saying, well, I don't have any social media pages, or I'm not on Instagram or LinkedIn, or that's not a problem either. We help you with that during the setup. Is there an annual contract? No. So you could hop into this and 3 months later be like, it's not for me. But I highly recommend you don't do that, because there is a little bit of a learning curve. Once we get you all set up, okay, once it's set up, then it takes a little bit for it to, start working, right? So the annual contract, there is none. It's just when you sign up for the annual plan, it's a year. There's no refund, but there's no contract, right? You can cancel. Setup typically takes about 2 weeks, sometimes a little bit more. You get access to the CRM immediately, so you can start using it immediately. But really, for us to get you completely set up and running, it's about 2 to 2.5 weeks. And then, is the setup a lot of work for busy business owners? It is not. We actually do it for you. So we walk through the setup for you. You do not have to worry about anything. So let's talk about the price, because we have a limited time offer in 2025. We were doing this for only 10 business owners. We only have 3 spots left, and we only have about, 15 more days this month. So it is a $2,500 setup. Our setup is normally $5,000. It is $497 a month, or $49.70 a year, which is normally $997 a month, or $99.70 a year. And then we do have an annual plan where you get the 2 month free. So then you're grandfathered in. When you do the annual plan, you're grandfathered in at that price, which is seriously a no-brainer for every single thing that you are getting in this business. And don't forget, this is a tax write-off. So I heard somebody say the other day, this is shopping time for business owners, because if you have a lot of income and you need write-offs, this is a write-off for you, right? So your income will be deducted by the amount that you pay for this. So if you are ready to go once again from hustle culture to automated and free, scan this QR code. That is where you will be able to have access to what I just said and what I just offered. Now, I want to talk about something a little bit different. We have just a couple minutes left, because I got to hop off right, on time. But I want to talk about this because sometimes somebody will say, well, I don't really know if this is for me. I already have a website and a CRM, so I don't know if my CRM can do the same thing or not. I'm not really sure where to implement automation and AI in my business. I already have some tools and, I'm just not utilizing them. But what if I utilize these other tools that I have? Would it do the same thing? So we have an audit for people that are just kind of on the fence, that you just don't know what, like you're just still kind of confused. And we will come in and we will do a comprehensive AI and automation audit. We do a deep dive into your business. And we see exactly where the bottlenecks are. A lot of times it's ourselves. We see, or not me, but the business owner. We see where where you're losing leads, where you're doing manual follow up that this should be automated, the spots where we could implement AI. And so with the audit, this is what you're getting. You're getting a deep dive strategy session. So it's a 2-hour strategy session where we analyze your current systems, we analyze your workflows, we analyze your tools, we analyze your processes, we talk to you, we talk to the people on your team. And then we do a social sales and marketing evaluation. We review how you're generating and converting leads. We review your online presence. Are you consistent? Is your brand consistent? Are you everywhere? How are you showing up online? We do a team productivity assessment where we identify what manual tasks are stealing time from your team. We do AI and automation opportunity mapping. So we prioritize where intelligent automations can boost efficiency, right? Where we can use AI to boost efficiency. We also will do a roadmap and show you ROI projection. So we'll show you a step-by-step plan on how this is going to increase your revenue and also increase your growth. And then once we do all of that, we'll do a strategy review call where we walk you through the custom report and what the next steps are. So if you already have a team, a marketing team, and stuff like that, we do this entire audit for you. We go over it with you. We give it to you, and then you decide if you want to do it yourself, if you want to, hire somebody else for a specific part of it because you already have the CRM or you already have this covered. And then you can decide where you need to move forward. If we do the audit, which is $1,500, right? If we do this audit, then that $1,500, if you do decide to work with us and you do decide to come to Done by One, is going to go towards your $2,500 setup fee. So that is the Done by One AI and automation audit. That is going to be for people that are just still unsure, and we can go through the entire audit with you, show you exactly how this is going to work for you in your business. And then after that, you can decide, like I said, if you want to work with us, if you want to do it yourself, if you want to work with another company, if you want to piecemeal things. But that $1,500 audit, if you decide to work with us, will go towards, your setup fee. So keep that in mind. And this is what, people do sometimes if they're not really sure just yet, but they definitely know that they need to implement automation and AI. And they definitely know that they're not really sure where or how to. So scan that QR code if you are interested in the audit only. But I can tell you, we're heading into a new year, right? So as we head into that new year, now is the time to get your systems in place. Now is the time for you to see exactly how you need to implement AI and automation. Now is the time to come up with a business plan and a roadmap on how you're going to grow and scale your business, how you're going to be omnipresent, and how you are going to be the best known. Because you might not be the best, right? But as long as you're the best known, you're always going to win. So the only question that you really need to ask yourself at this point is, are you ready to modernize your business with automation and AI so that you can live your life to the fullest? You can give back to your community. You can give your family and your kids the best life ever. And you can be done by one so you can go ahead and live your life. Is there any questions? And the chat might, let me see, I think the chat was disabled. Yes. Okay. So let me open this up. Is there any questions? Does anybody have any questions on what I went over? And please don't forget to go to donebyone.ai and try Samantha because she is awesome. I'm going to put that in the donebyone.ai. And Samantha is the chatbot test for your business. Let me see here. And then also at donebyone.ai, you can check out your AI employee and how it works for different businesses. So anyways, if you are ready to be done by one and get this, get this next year off to a great start and get your entire business set up so that we can really help you grow and scale in 2026. I do a ton of classes. We have a Thursday meeting every single Thursday for everybody that's on the CRM. I do a lot of classes on AI. You get all of the courses that I do for free, which these are paid courses. And so you're really coming into a community of like-minded business professionals that are looking to grow and scale their business. And it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna help you. We're gonna help you like start the next year off on your like best foot. Put your best foot forward, and really get you, getting referred by ChatGPT, getting all of your content out there, and scaling your business and being done by one. So thank you guys so much. I have to hop off. We're 1 minute past. But thank you for being here. I hope you have a great day. And I'm going to send an email after this. So if you guys have any questions, you can reach out to me personally. But I hope you're joining. We would love to help you and help you be done by one.